Intuitors, it's Aria here. Welcome to the Intuit Cafe. I have really put a lot of thought into this series of videos I'm doing this week. And the idea and the concept actually came to me as I was thinking about a way to incorporate a choose your ending kind of a reading with the regular readings that I do by signs of the zodiac. One of the reasons I really like the pick a card readings is that I really feel it gives you an opportunity to tap into your own intuition and really get some guidance that's more tailored to your specific need, and then also kind of to gauge your own ability to choose the right reading that really resonates with you, that will just happen to be a message from your higher self, guides, angels, or whatever you believe in as your guidance, that they come through in an opportunity where you really have to pick something intuitively, and then it really matches up to what you're looking for. I'm going to create a number of different videos that are like action outcome. And at the end of this reading, there's going to be 4 videos that you can choose from that give a suggested action and outcome, or potential action and outcome. If you're cross-watching or you're watching your own sign and you really realize that the person, that's the story in this reading is really that other person, your love interest, for example, you would like to have an idea about what they might do next, then set the intention that you pick that they're on the trajectory at this time to do. The other way you would use it, if you're watching the reading and you really realize this is about you, what would be the suggested actions and outcomes that you might engage in? Then again, you set the intention that whichever action outcome reading that you pick in the end is really meant to determine this is a good action because I like that outcome, or maybe this is not a good action because I don't like the outcome that comes out of it. I can't wait to see what you guys think of it. Give me your feedback in the comment section below. And right now we're just going to go ahead and get right into your individual zodiac signs. So thank you so much for watching, and let's dive right into it. Alright, Aries, so what does Aries need to know most right now about their love life? And after we take a look at the situation, what actions can they take in order to move things along and move things forward? So first of all, I'm noticing, especially here, we start out with the Page of Pentacles, and then we have the Ace of Wands over here. This is about new beginnings, and so is the Ace of Wands. The Page of Pentacles, he's really here taking a look at, he's taking and looking at something in a new way. A new perspective on something that has just been newly brought to his attention. So I'm feeling like for a lot of you, it's like I feel like there's something that's been building up for some time, but now you're taking a look at it in a different light. And what you're taking a look at a different light is this right here. We have a standing back and a being on guard, and it has to do in terms of commitment. This is the ring. The ring is about commitment. And this new thing that you're looking at, the reason I'm feeling it's being brought up to you to look at is because there's been a bite to it. The snake card actually also corresponds to the Queen of Clubs, so sometimes it actually specifically means a woman, but it is somebody, or something to this aspect. And I'm feeling like this is, for most of you, this is your partner, your love interest, or the lack of a love interest if there's, not in your life yet, but it's coming to you. There's something about it that you're just now realizing has not been straight up front and forward. And in some cases that even could be, that somebody was backbiting or toxic, or, there's something about them. I'm not necessarily saying that in the end this is a bad person for you. We all have times in relationships where there is some aspect of it that's become toxic because it needs to get cleared out. It needs to come up. It's coming up to be healed. And actually one of the meanings of the Lilies card for me is about healing. And so we do have healing coming up here in terms of this connection, of this commitment between you and this person, or lack of commitment. It also can be about somebody who, in rare cases, it could be even, you've maybe discovered that somebody was cheating on you. That's not for all of you there, so don't be worried if it isn't for you, but just for those of you who that is. I'm feeling that you know what this is. So if this is something you're like, oh, I'm not really sure about it, then that's probably not it. It's something that it really is in your awareness. You are aware, and you're newly become aware of something, some aspect of this relationship that really needs to be attended to, because the snake in any kind of love relationship is always a warning. And it's not a really good positive card, but on the other hand, it can have, you know, we welcome it in a spread because it does show us where something needs our attention. And it has caused a lot of somebody to become defensive and to stand, you know, even protect themselves and not, they're like closed off, and then it's caused fighting. The fighting needs to be healed. The closing off regarding the commitment, I'm feeling like somebody here has closed themselves off to the commitment with, you know, between you and the other person because of whatever this is that's coming up to be considered. So we do move forward here, and we do have assurance that there is a, you know, there's a chance for a fresh start. I'll just say right now, for some of you, this just means make up sex right there. We have the Ace of Wands, which is phallic in nature, and it is about sex and attraction and things like that. And the fish can literally be talking about sperm. So sorry guys, that's out there for some of you that, you know, that will happen, and you'll work your way through this, and sometimes that's just a really good aspect, you know, reconnecting that way. For those of you who that's not what this is about, there is a there's something about coming through this that does end up having a fresh start in something to do with some type of in your life, what you're in the flow with. I'm feeling the fish are in the flow. The fish is also about money and finances and abundance, but I'm feeling it's about getting back into the flow. So it does look like you guys come through this, and part of that getting back into the flow has to do with partnership, because that's what the Three of Pentacles is all about, partnership. Interesting that we're also in a year with the numerologically it's a number 3, and we have the 3 here with the ship. So we have a lot of, that's just interesting. The threes, partnership, and, you know, moving together. I'm feeling the flow, the movement of the ship. The ship is also about literal travel. Some of you may end up traveling, but we end up here with the the King of Swords and the Star. So now some of you may be dealing with a air sign. This could be your partner as an air sign, or this could be really talking about you. I'm feeling for most of you, even though you're a fire sign, I'm thinking that this aspect of this King of Swords just really comes up with you, because we have gone through kind of a journey here with realizing that something needed to be taken care of, and that you do deal with it. This healing, you know, there is healing here that can occur after the fighting and the standing off and the holding back, and then getting back into the flow. So you coming into the King of Swords about it is like really, that's a huge step up from the Page of Pentacles, just beginning to see it, to having a full understanding that the King of Swords is very knowledgeable, wise, understanding. He sees things very clearly, and it's all about truth. So it does seem like the truth comes out. You speak your truth perhaps, and there's an assurance here that, you know, that in the end there's wishes coming true about this, that things do turn out really well. It's going to mean different things for different people. I'm going to invite you now to go ahead and pick one of the, if you're wanting to know, okay, I see this is happening in my situation here. How do I move from here into this flow? Getting back into the flow, back into the groove. Then take a look at the action outcome choices at the end of this video and see if any of them really give you the insight and the ideas of how to move forward in this. Thank you so much for watching.